Granny Colleen. Hi. And thanks for coming. Is it Colleen or Colleen? Can you hear me? Oh, thank you. So tell me, um, how, did I say your name right? Is it Colleen or Colleen? Colleen? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, great. Sunita, thank you. Come in. Thanks for coming. Oh, we got six here now. Chester is kind of nervous right now because it's thunderstorming. Sunita, is it? It's probably raining by you too, because you're not far from me. But you never know. Sometimes it could be raining in one spot and then across the street, no rain. Oh. Hi, cousin Joe. Oh, don't step on my laptop. Oh my gosh. Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh. Chester. Okay. Hey, Tony. Lisa. Hi. My brother's here in the chat. Oh my gosh. Chester, what's going on with you? Why do he leaves me? He doesn't pay attention to me until I need him to say not paying attention to me. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. How about this side? Come this side. I have a new setup here. As you can see, I finally have my house back to myself because I had the baby bear home all summer, and he was sleeping right here, right where you see me. This whole area was his bedroom. So I had a bed. This little couch right here converts into a bed. So and then this was like his spot to put all his things on, and that little thing right there, he had all his clothes. Um, oh, I spilled. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I spilled my water. Oh, that's not good. I need a towel. Chester, you're gonna let me get a towel. Come on, Chester. All right, let me get a towel because I spilled. Let me get a towel. I spilled water and like now I'm wet too. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. Come on, let's get a towel. Okay? Let's go. All right. My air conditioning is gonna turn off in a minute. But in the meantime, it's really loud. I'm see? Wait till he figures out underneath this towel is wetness. Oh my gosh. Don't forget to give Sandy your thumbs up. Thank you, Sunita. Well, he's drinking the water. Like he doesn't have water in his bowl. Well, I'm sitting in the dark here. I have one, two, three, four sources of light on, and yet it still seems so dark because it's so gloomy outside. The sky is just, it just, I mean, And yesterday we had, no, yesterday we had a tsunami, really. It lasted maybe 10 minutes and then it was over. But it was like raining and then all the rain was moving. And now we have thunder. And Chester doesn't really like the thunder. Right, Chester, you don't like thunder? You know? He's a little, he's, he's quite hungover from the wedding that we went to on Saturday. We went to this wedding and he went with us, but it was, the thing is, it was loud and it was a long night and it was cold, so I had to give him my sweater. He was just, all these people were coming up to him, can I pet your dog? Can I pet your dog? And of course, I didn't want to say no, so a bunch of little girls were petting him, lots of ladies who were petting him. He got lots of attention, but I mean, it was quite loud there, and a lot of people, 400 in fact people, and my table had a whole bunch of my husband's truck drivers there. They were all loud and enjoying the bar, if you know what I mean. But oh my gosh. So we were there. It was a long day. We went to the church and then, after a while, then we went to the reception. It was quite a long day and holy cow. I was nervous because I had eyelashes on and I was like, oh, I hope they stay on for the night because I don't wear them a lot. So the whole night they stood on, I had no problems. And just as we left to go home, we got in the car. As soon as I closed the door, boom, this one pops out. Oh my gosh, just in time. So that was good. That, it was good that it lasted. Zach is here. Hi Zach, thanks for coming. Let's see. I thought it would be fine if my laptop was over here, but obviously I'm just so blind I can't really see. Okay. Oh, you just rushed your chin on the laptop, huh? Okay. Okay. Don't type anything, okay? Don't type. No. Oh, good boy. He doesn't, hey Cammy, he doesn't pay this much attention to me normally. Only when I'm on the phone, when I'm on YouTube, which is, have you noticed? I haven't been on YouTube. It's been 6 months. 6 months. And I've been, you know, not being able to go live. Just, this house was full of bears all summer. Now it's back to normal a little bit. Baby Bear is back in Pennsylvania getting education, more education, even though he's got his master's. He wants to learn more about music. I think he can teach music by now. I can't think of anything he might need to learn about music, but he probably wants to go for that PhD. So he's back there, and my son, today, he's actually at work. He just left before I went on live. He left for work. I feel like I'm shouting. I can't wait to, finally, it shut off. Oh my gosh. My air conditioner, I'll turn it off and it won't turn off for like 2, 3 minutes. And I don't know, I guess it was, oh, yeah, it will like, I think it won't turn off until it like goes 1 degree colder than I asked for it, and then
3 minutes after that. It's quite annoying, but I'm glad we have air conditioning, but because I'll tell you, it can get really hot here in Chicago, but more than that, it's because we're up on the fourth floor, and when the sun starts to go down, the sun comes in this way. There, my windows are all there, and the sun just like cooks us. And right here, the sun shines right on this thermostat. So then it's kind of asking for the air conditioning to turn on. So I gotta close the shades, and then when I close the shades, it's kind of depressing because it gets dark in here. Like right now, it's dark in here, and I can't even see to crochet anything. I was gonna work on this washcloth that I'm doing. I know we're far away, but it's hard for me to see. Then I don't know where my glasses are. Yeah, Cami, PhDs. That's 4 more years after the masters. So you figure after high school to get a PhD, you have to be in school for 10 years. Um, but he didn't even start the PhD program. He's actually doing a certificate program. So you know, it's not enough to get a master's. You need a certain certificate to go with it. And then that's probably gonna not be enough either. He's probably gonna need his PhD. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, hopefully he gets a good career out of all this hard work he's putting in. Yeah, Lisa, I could do that, or I could just close the shade and then, because honestly, if the shades are open, I'm cooking too. I'm getting heated up too. It gets quite warm with that sun. Um, but we're not going to have that today because it's gloomy outside. Boy, is it really. But I guess we need rain, you know. It's nice to have sunny days, but we need the rain too. I know, me too, Grammy. I'll just call you Grammy because I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, Colleen or Colleen. Because I know it changes. Some people say Colleen, some people say Colleen. Kind of like my husband's name is Ian, but sometimes people will call him Ian. I actually met him, and he went by Ian. But then he started saying, you know what, just anytime I meet a new person, I'm going to say my name is Ian. So obviously, it's hard for once you meet somebody and they pronounce their name like Stephen. I know a Stephen who announced to everybody, from now on, don't call me Stephen, call me Stefan. And that didn't work because it's hard to change, how you're going to say your name. Oh, Chester's so good. Chester, you like to go live with Mama? Chester likes to go live. Wait, but I said it both ways. So Colleen. Oh, and Lisa has a son named Ian, and he says it Ian. Yeah. Oh, you answered to all three. Well, I like Grammy. I like that name too. Long A, long O lean. Choline. Oh, that's pretty good, choline. Okay, choline. Yeah. So, are you the choline that I see in Dana's live? Because that's where I first heard that pronunciation of the name you have. Because usually I see that name and I say Colleen, but I noticed Dana was saying Colleen. So, are you the same Colleen? And Grammy is your favorite name. Um, and I was in Dana's live this morning for a little bit. I just couldn't seem to wake up. I I took something last night to help me sleep because my sleep has not been well. I didn't take like a narcotic or anything, not not a melatonin. So it's what I took was in between a melatonin and a narcotic. It was kind of in the middle, and that's what I took, um, and that helped me. But it just gets me a little bit not groggy. Yeah, groggy. It can make me groggy if I don't know. Sometimes it makes me groggy, sometimes it doesn't. I don't take it all the time, but my sleep is just was not doing well. I think it's my bad, nasty habit of watching TikTok at night. A bad habit that I have. And I wish I could break myself out of that habit. But TikTok is so addicting, as everybody knows. And I was watching one TikTok last night, and this guy was asking, "Do you have trouble going to sleep at night? Like at three, you don't fall asleep until 3 or 4 a.m." And asking a whole bunch of questions. And then he was saying it's because of TikTok. So he was on TikTok making a video uh, talking about how bad TikTok is. It was kind of weird. That'd be like me right now speaking about how bad YouTube is. That's I I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. And Cami, you're right. I decide, after a while of TikTok, I'm like, oh, let's put on some music. iTunes, Apple Music has all these playlists that you can. They have all these collections of songs that go with your mood or your activity. Like you could say, I'm cooking dinner, play that playlist, or I'm taking a shower, play that playlist. They have a specific list of songs for just about everything. Doing yoga, checking emails at work, working from home, playlists. Those of you who have Apple Music know what I'm talking about. And it's convenient. They have one that's called Put Me to Sleep, one that's called Good Night, and one that's called Good Morning, one that's called Wake Me Up, one, you know, it's very convenient, but, you know, and that's what you just have to put them on. I have trouble starting my music because I'm like, one more TikTok. I have to stop doing that. I did stop for a while. I did good for a couple months. Wasn't on TikTok, but now I'm like, I can't stop. I'm gonna have to find a meeting. Maybe they're, they'll have a meeting place where you can talk about your TikTok addiction. It is not good. Anyway, if you're just coming in, notice my new area. I reorganized my yard a bit. I know there's one cubby there that is kind of empty. I need to adjust that. But yeah, I got that was fun to do. And it was nice once it was all done. And this is a piano that I don't, very rarely do I show this piano, but I decided, I was contemplating selling it because nobody plays it anymore. My boys played it for years. They learned on this piano. I would have a teacher come every week to teach them, to give them lessons. And that's when Bradley got really seriously into music. No, he kind of like he liked music before we got this piano, but then when I got the piano, then he really started, you know, venturing out into other instruments too. And hey, BJ, thank you, BJ. And we will do a raid at 3:30 when you go live. Or yeah, you're 3:30, right? You're in Central Time Zone. You're St. Louis, right? For East Coast, it's 4:30. You know, but yeah. Um, oh, thank you, Cami, for putting BJ's link up. I'm sure she appreciates that. If you don't have BJ, uh, link up with her because she goes live 3 times a week. And she's very entertaining, very nice. I like to sometimes crochet along while she's live, or sometimes I'll cook when she's live. Maybe I'll fold laundry when she's live. It's just fun, you know. Um, yeah, fun to put her on and chat with everybody in there. I am trying to get more faithful with the lives that I attend. I've I took a break from YouTube, um, going on live, attending lives. Just um, yeah, I had all the bears were home every day, all day. Like my other son who lives here, he was in and out of the house. He was doing DoorDash, so he was gone for 2 hours and he'd come home for a half an hour, then he'd leave for 3 hours and come home again. And then some days he would take the morning off, some days he would take the evening off. And so it was never a set schedule that he made for himself because you don't have to with DoorDash. That's the beauty of it. But then there's never a set price. So some days you could have a good day, and some days could be crazy bad. And sometimes DoorDash will ask you to go drive 10 miles, and they'll tell you, we're going to pay you $2.75. Take this delivery 10 miles over and deliver it. And no, thank you, because gas, it got quite high here, uh, with, of course, everywhere. I think it's going down now, but it got quite high, and they didn't even bother to adjust their base price for delivery drivers. No, they didn't bother. So you just had to rely on tippers, people who ordered their food, and before they even pressed send, they put a tip on there. And so then you would get the order and it would say, this person's going to pay you a whole bunch of money to deliver their food. Sure, I'll deliver. Yeah, you give me, a few dollars extra, but you can't be driving 10 miles and getting paid less than $3. So we would just constantly, no, decline, no. So one day I was doing the DoorDash with my husband, and yeah, there's different situations. Sometimes you'll deliver and it seems like a good tip they put on there. Then you'll deliver and it's a mansion with a Mercedes in the drive-through and a Jaguar also, and then maybe a BMW parked there too. And you're like, this person only gave $1.50 tip, and I, the that's just didn't balance out. Okay, so one day a couple weeks ago, I was doing DoorDash with my husband, and I went to deliver. And as I delivered, sometimes there'll be hidden tips, like surprise tips on top of their already tips. And this guy decided to add to his tip. So he tipped a total of $22 for one delivery, which made sense too because it balanced out because it was a big house, fancy house, and he had ordered from a fancy gourmet restaurant, and it was a big, big bag of food. So your son-in-law drove for DoorDash or Grubhub. Now he works at post office. Much better. Yeah, I was trying to get my son in with the post office, and it kept saying there's no jobs available in this zip code or that zip code or this zip code. I don't know. So if that didn't work out, I would $3 per mile up to 10 miles and $10 for every mile after that. Yeah, Cammy, we would take no less than $2 a mile and no less than $6 for one. Even if it's 1 mile, it's got to be at least, you got to pay at least $6 for that, you know. Oh, he used to be a Marine. Is that Semper Fi? That's Marine, right? Am I saying that right? I had a friend whose son was a Marine. Yeah, he's about my son's age. I remember when he was a little baby. Just to change his diaper. Yeah, and then he went into the Marines. Okay, I got it right. Did you change your name, Lisa? Wasn't it Lisa, the granny, scattered all the way or something like that? And Cammy agrees. Cammy, did you Google that or did you already know? Because I know you're the king of Google. Okay, we got 9 in here, and that's shocking because, like I said, I haven't gone live in 6 months. 6 months. Can you believe it? The last time I went live was February 17th. Oh my gosh, I remember that time. It was, we were trying to close on this condo because we were buying it instead of, we were renting it for years, and then they decided to go condo and sell to anyone who wanted to sell. Otherwise, people had a year to move, you know. So that was a long, many months process, right? So they basically told us in 2020 that they were this was gonna happen. So that, but right at the end, towards closing date we were getting a little stressed out. So I couldn't do it anymore. Everything was just messed up. And then I had a family member who passed away suddenly at a young age, wasn't even 50 years old, and that threw me for a loop. And then summer came, and right before summer, I went to see my son graduate, get his master's. Then I visited my parents in Texas. And then this whole summer, Baby Bear was home. He had this was his bedroom, this whole place. I couldn't even really access any of my yarn. It was, I mean, I liked having him here, but, you know, and he can't really share a bedroom with his brother anymore because they have different body temperatures. Bradley has to sleep. It's got to be cold when he sleeps. It's got to be cold. And Ryan he won't even have the air on in his room. He'll shut the vent so the air conditioning, the cold air won't come in. Sometimes, one time in July, I walked in his room. I'm like, why is it so hot in here? He had a space heater on. Holy cow. Did he get a mouthful from me? Hey, Maribel. But I mean, he pays the electric bill, so you want to waste your money, but it's just the point. How could you turn a space heater on in July, in this part of the country? Semper Paratus is the model for the Coast Guard. Oh, Coast Guard. I always forget about the Coast Guard. That's different from the Navy, correct? So it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, but then there's Coast Guard too. Hmm. Interesting. And semper means always. I know that because that's a Latin, but in Spanish, always is, siempre, which is very close to semper. Right, Chester? Right? He's still tired. That was his first wedding. And yeah, like I said earlier, I think he's got a wedding hangover. Not from alcohol, but just from like so many people. So so loud and kind of chilly. It was a long day. But yeah, he's used to napping in the evening. And we left earlier than normally because of Chester. Normally we would have stayed longer, but we didn't stay too long after the dessert was served. So yeah, the wedding cake was served, and then I think about, we stayed 30, 40 minutes more, and then we left. But before there was we got to see that Greek dance that they do, because it was a Greek wedding. That one that went viral on TikTok with all the men, like hugging each other, and then they're using their feet and kicking their feet and moving in a circle. That they did that kind of, like, not the exact same one, but very similar. Did you ever find your missing yarn that you thought got packed up in your son's clothes going back to college? No. Wow, Lisa, you have a good memory. I never found that yarn. I don't know what happened to it. Never found that yarn. But I think I had a friend buy me that some more of that yarn. I think she heard, you know, she saw that and she must have felt sorry for me, so she bought me some of that yarn. Navy ships go overseas and Coast Guards cutters ships don't go overseas. Oh, okay. I get coast. They stay on the coast. Hence the name Coast Guard. Oh, the Zorba. Really? We have a restaurant near us called Zorba's, and they sell pitas. I, I mean gyros and chicken on pitas, which is really good. And they have good fries if you like that sort of fry. It's not for everybody. They're garlic fries, which is very good. Um, but holy cow, the food at this wedding was so salty. I never tasted saltier food, and I eat a lot of Taco Bell. I mean, I love Taco Bell, but this was like the way my son likes it. My son likes to put a lot of salt on his food, and I tell him it's not good for him. He's gonna have, he could develop heart issues because of that, blood pressure problems, but that's the thin one. He's fairly thin. So, but it's still, I don't think that matters. I just gave up on the people who were supposed to replace my windshield. Now, of course, they call. I'm going to be in and out. They better be through by my life. Oh my gosh, BJ, that's a lot of stress. Good thing it's your later day. Oh my gosh. Oh, there are many variations. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of windshields, my husband's car had a big crack on his windshield that started out as a dot and then got bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And good thing we never fixed that because last week he was behind a truck that spit out a bunch of rocks and one hit his windshield and it looked like, right now it looks like a bullet hole. You know, it's very big and very ugly. And so, good thing we didn't fix our windshield. But now, I mean, it just looks awful right now. So it's got that line, the big crack, and now the big hole, the big circle. And what do you do when you are behind a truck on a highway and it spits out rocks? You don't really think to get the license plate number, but then is that going to even do anything? I don't know. And now I'm starting to get a little warm. The clouds are clearing up a little bit. And you're so cute. You're so cute. Now I guess maybe I could crochet a little bit. My little washcloth that I'm making. I've had to crochet a lot lately because my nerves are going. But I've, gotten to the place where I can go 3-4 days and not crochet, which is unheard of. When I first learned to crochet, I wouldn't go 3 hours without crocheting. Then I started, going 3 days without crocheting and 4 days, and that's not good because then I get irritable. And who was it that said? Was it Kelly from Kelly's Crochet Adventures? She says we're out here saving lives by crocheting. Was it Kelly? Or was it BJ? I don't know. Somebody said that. We're saving lives by crocheting because it's good for everybody's safety if I crochet. Really, Lisa? I'll have to. He probably knows that. He just has to work on that. But it turned out good that he never bothered to get that fixed. Which, I don't know why, but I think everything just worked out. It worked out that way. God must have known that we should not have fixed it at that, at that time. Maybe that's why we never did. These ends are hard to get into. Okay. I'm gonna have to crank up the air or crank up the air. You know what I mean. Make it a little cooler here because I lost my fan. I had a nice large room fan that would circulate the air in here. Baby Bear took it back to school with him. He took the fan. He took my Apple Pencil with him. He took my husband's Apple Watch. And what else did he take? Some food. He wanted to take other things too. And I'm like, no. I use that every day. He was popped up with a t-shirt that says, I crochet so that I don't kill people. Exactly.
Lisa, you're saving lives by crocheting. Really, you are. Right? Right, Chester? Right, Chester, we're saving lives. I was saving lives, Chester. Yeah. Yeah, Chester. Okay. You a good boy, Chester? You a good boy? He's so cuddly when I'm. He's so cuddly when I'm busy. I'm distracted. And I want to say, hey, Carrie. Hi. Thanks for coming, Carrie. We're just sitting around. Oh, EJ says, okay, the insurance is covering her windshield. Just needs them to get their butts over there. That's the biggest problem, you know. But oh, that'll be annoying if they go. We got 45 minutes, and it really doesn't take long to replace a windshield. We had to do it about maybe 15 years ago. Replace our windshield. We live in a windy city, so sometimes we'll get a garbage can to lift off the ground and just land on your windshield. That's what happened with us. Okay, we got that. Good. And Tammy's putting up Carrie's link. Thank you, Tammy. I just got a burst of fatigue. I just got a burst of fatigue. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here talking to you. I don't know. I wish it were a burst of energy. It would be more useful. But they've officially stopped selling my coffee cream, my favorite coffee cream. I cannot find it anywhere. I think the last time I was able to purchase it was in March. You know. So I've had to move on to a different creamer. I'm using this Chobani sweet cream. So the only ingredients, it's milk, cream, and sugar. It's not corn syrup, it's cane sugar. So it's okay. Carrie, I am kind of working on a washcloth. This is my project that I do if I'm watching TV, like a show that I need to pay attention to, or here sitting live with you. It was dark earlier, so I put it down, and yeah, I could just work on it. It's one of my favorite stitches. Maybe some of you know. I like this stitch called the Crunch Stitch. It probably goes by other names, but what it is, it's a slip stitch and a half double stitch. Well, okay, so one stitch is a slip, the next one is a half double, the next one is a slip, the next one is a half double, and repeat. So that's all it is. And it gives this nice texture. And that's all I do. Oh, Cammy, you're so young, and you drink your coffee hot and black and strong, and you're so young. But congratulations on that, because I cannot drink my coffee black. I feel like I will graduate to that one day, but no. Maybe, Sunita, that's why I got fatigued just now, because it's so gloomy out. Even though it is fairly
brighter than it was when I first came on here. It was dark outside. Boy, it's dark. But it's still kind of. Boy, my dog is like attached to me right now. Good boy. Chester had his half birthday a couple of weeks ago. So that was exciting. He's 1.5 years old. Yeah, Sunita, it's trying to come out. It's trying to come out. Yeah. So what is everybody else working on? Anything exciting? How was your weekend? What shows are you watching? I know there's not a lot on the summer, but now, no, that was the old days before Netflix and Amazon Prime. What else? All these subscriptions, Paramount, HBO Max, they all have series to watch. There's an abundance of shows to watch, and then you can rewatch them. Currently, I'm watching Big Brother because I'm a super fan of that show. I love that show. I've thought about many times going on that show, but no, it would not work out for me because every year they think something crueler to subject those people to. Like this year, a certain amount of people were had to live 1 week outside. They could not go inside at all. So they had a porta john as a bathroom and like a cold shower area because it was a backyard and they had access to the pool and the hot tub, but I mean they were and then their kitchen area was an outdoor kind of kitchen and they had they didn't really have much to cook. They had bologna sandwiches and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and lots of picnic food. So they had refrigeration, but they didn't have like a stove. And that was for 1 week. And they were saying how at night there'd be bugs crawling on them, spiders and ants. No, no, thank you. You started on a couple. I can't. Oh, okay. And Carrie's working on a table runner. Those are always fun. Ariel is here. Hi, Ariel Williams. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. And Chester says hi, too. Chester's so sleepy, trying to catch up on his sleep. He had a long weekend, right, Chester? You had a long weekend? Tell me. You had a long weekend, baby boy. No more weddings, did you? No? No more weddings for Chester. It's too loud. Good boy. Oh my gosh. I'm sleepy again. Okay, anybody else watching a show on TV? So like I was saying, I'm watching Big Brother. We're in the middle. We're a little bit further than the middle. is a show that starts in July and goes through September. And it only is on once a year. But when it is on, it's on 3 times a week. Tammy's making some soft dishcloth for Evelyn and for my sister to bathe her daughter with. How was the reunion, Tammy? Did you get all your work done that you were making for the reunion? Were you able to accomplish that goal? It was this weekend, right? Oh, excuse me. Oh, you, that's your TVs, the YouTube lives. Well, that's good, BJ, because I always feel a little bit guilty when I'm watching regular TV and I know somebody's on live. You know, like I should be supporting them or at least letting them play. You know, I'm not really uh, sharp when it comes to remembering to let them play at least. You know, but I try to support more lives than I did in the summer. In the summer, it was just in late spring was just crazy. I was like, am I need to? But I think what's coming up is my show that I've been watching last year. It's called Ghosts. It's based on the British version called Ghosts, and it's not really scary. It's more like a Beetlejuice slash Sixth Sense, you know, kind of thing, where like only one person could see the people who had passed away in the house they live in. Only one girl. She's the only one who can see or hear them, and they have, you know, they have all kinds of people who have passed away in that house. So they have like caveman. That's how long ago he passed away, and then the most recent was a guy who passed away just before the millennium. You know, Tammy's watching Murder She Wrote. Oh, I know Freebie. I'm signing in with your Amazon account. Yeah. You know, I came across one of my favorite shows when I was little to watch. It's called Soap. Anyone heard of Soap? It's like a sitcom soap opera, if you can imagine. But I used to like watching that show, even though I think I had no business as a little girl watching that show because it talked about very adult situations. And in the 70s, too, if you can imagine. BJ remembers Soap. Yeah. And I read that it went off the air because they couldn't get any more sponsors for that show because it was so racy, you know, it was so risque. Um, Obviously, if you were to watch it now, we couldn't have those storylines on our TV today because they were very, you know, judgy, you know, very, what's the word I'm trying to, you know, I don't want to say certain word, but you know, they were talking about stereotypes, you know, like kind of like the Jeffersons and Archie Bunker, you know, using terms that we shouldn't use anymore. We were working on whatchamacallit Afghan. Oh. It's not even in the corner, BJ. It's my, this is my great room, as you, I guess you would call this. So it's like a combination of whatever you want to use this area for. Some people, I guess, use it as a dining room. That is the living room where I have my TV, and right there is the kitchen, right behind the camera is the kitchen. So it's all open, one big open area. The only wall is the wall. There's a wall there, but it's half a wall, and it's just because my pantry's on the other side. Yeah, Lisa. Which one? Soap or Jefferson's or Archie Bunker? Archie Bunker. All in the family. Or all three of them. And yeah, I have a tripod and my cell phone is on there. I think I should check on my battery status for my cell phone. I think this can tell me. No. I have to go up there and check on my battery status. So hold on. I'm gonna approach the camera. Okay, baby Chester. I have to get up for a minute. I have to get up. Come on. I have to check on my camera. Come on, come on. Oh my gosh. So tired. Poor baby. Come on. Go check on mama. Okay? Check on mama. Hold on. Let's go check this camera. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm good. I am pretty good. I got 50% battery. I started with 100. So, and I only have about 32 more minutes to go. And then we go over to BJ's house. Both, yeah. Pretty much anything in the 70s was just so, they used terms and words that we just can't be using in 2022. It's just not, no. Times change. The 80s got pretty different. I watched this, do you remember, what's the name of this show? With Ricky Schroeder, Silver Spoons. I was watching that the other day. So many old TV shows that you could watch. I didn't. Genie is on. MASH is still on. Bewitched is on. Even Leave It to Beaver. That's on too. I mean, it's nice too. If you have nothing else to do, you can just pick a show. But it's rare that I have nothing to do. I mean, it's common that I want to do nothing, but rare that I have nothing to do. You know what I mean? Chester knows what I mean. Yes, Chester knows. Chester knows. Chester likes to do a whole lot of nothing all the time. Look at his chin. Can you see that? Look at his chin right here. Chester, what am I going to do with you? Well, today is going to be a YouTube day because we got today I was on, and BJ is on, and Brandon D is going to be on. Then I think Karen, a yarn addict with Karen, she on today. And I think last Monday I was watching Jeannie live. Butterfly Dreams, Jeannie. Does she go live every Monday? I just discovered that. It's not every day that I have an evening and can go live, but last Monday was that kind of day. I was, uh, I was able to watch her. And that was enjoyable. Yes, it was. So if she's on today, I'll probably go in there. I'll probably run her anyway while if I need to do. I'm like a little behind on my laundry, so I feel like I have to be folding it later on. I'm not gonna be cooking today. We are gonna have dinner, but I've already cooked it yesterday. I made egg rolls. I made Filipino egg rolls. They're different than Chinese egg rolls. Filipino egg rolls are long and skinny. They're like flutes. They're like the Mexican call flautas. Um, but I made those yesterday, and I halfway deep fried them halfway, and so I'll come the rest of the way in my Ninja air fryer. Shoot, I can't think of the word. And so after I do that, they come out perfect. But I don't like to deep fry them too much because it's not it's not so healthy. And once you stick them in the oil, I know that's it. But I still like to think I'm doing a little bit better by halfway deep frying them and then air frying them the rest of the way. Okay, Cammy, come on over. I made a lot of egg rolls. Um, Filipinos call them lumpia, and you need a certain kind of wrappers for them. And of course, they make all kinds of wrappers, all kinds of egg roll wrappers. They make egg roll wrappers that you can buy on the shelf. Then they make egg roll wrappers that need to be in the freezer. And there's many brands. I was looking for a specific brand. I had to go to a specific store and look for this brand, and I couldn't find this brand. So I pulled up the picture on my phone and I asked the owner there. I said, "Can you? Where is this egg roll? I know because my son got it from me a few times during the summer. I know this is where he gets them from." And he says, "Oh, you have to ask for those special. We hide those in the back." Okay. Lisa says, "We only have internet. We haven't had cable TV in years. We didn't even own a TV for over 5 years. I got rid of the huge fat old TVs when I moved in 2014 and wouldn't buy a flat screen until 2019. I don't have cable either, Lisa. I have a lot, not a lot. I have a few subscriptions. So I have Paramount Plus and I have HBO Max, which is nice because you could access them on any TV or your devices, you know. And then I have Amazon Prime and I have Netflix. I think we're gonna need to add NFL Plus because football season is starting, and that's a big deal in our house. Not for me. I mean, I don't care about football, but the Bears, they that's a big deal for them. Because remember, I used to go live on Sundays. I had to cut that out and do Mondays because I was cutting into their football time. And of course, like I said earlier, this is my whole one big room. My home is. I mean, we got 2 bedrooms, of course, but the rest is just one big living area. So there's nowhere to hide unless I go in my bedroom. But my bedroom is, I wouldn't say it's small, but I have big bedroom furniture in there. My furniture is big, so there's not really a lot of room to do anything else in there. Oh, Lisa, we have an antenna now. We have antenna TV, and yeah, they make them different. They're not those rabbit ears anymore. Now, like mine is this big black circle with a line through it. But I've seen the antennas that look like they're flat screens, just a flat sheet of black something, black like plastic. That's all it is to the antenna. We don't have that kind. We have the one that's a circle. And I mean, it's an eyesore really because you have to hang it on the wall. Whereas the old days, you put the antenna on top of your TV, but with flat screen TV, there's no on top of your TV. Hey Lillian, thanks for coming in. We used to, Tammy, we always had cable until just a couple of years ago. We got rid of it because it was just crazy expensive. And for what? You know? Then they started coming out with all these subscriptions, and so then you would have cable, but then subscriptions, and it's just a lot. You get a lot of, and you get a lot of choices with your smart TV. Even simply just buying a smart TV and plugging it in, um, you have access to a lot because it hooks up to your internet, and that's where you get your freebie, your Tubi, your what else is there? I don't know. I know they have channels that are just dedicated to certain shows. Like there's the Three's Company channel. There's the Wings channel that shows. Remember Wings? That old TV show. I can't believe I'm calling it an old TV show. I used to watch it when I was already an adult when I was watching that. And here I am calling it an old TV show. But yeah, that's what it was. It was more than 20 years ago. So, yeah, good 20 years ago. Maybe more, maybe just less. I don't know. I can't remember. Lisa just turned 59. Happy birthday, Lisa, in July. We didn't even own a TV until I was around 10 or 11 years old. Yeah, of course, when I was born, my mom lived with her mom, so we had that TV, one TV. There was a lot of people in the house, but there was just one TV. To have a second TV, that was a big deal. I think she got a second TV years later, one for her kitchen, but I was older already. So then when my mom left her house, we moved away, there was no TV. We had no TV. Until I got sick. I think I had a cold or something, fever. Maybe I had the chicken pox. I don't know. Then my grandma came over and she brought her TV. And then she just decided to leave it there. Not the one TV that we shared with everybody, but oh, hi. My aunt is texting me. Hi, Carmen. Yeah, I'm on live again. The summer's over. Everyone's back to work, back to school. My niece Emma May was 3 months, 1 week from today. So did you ever answer my question about the reunion, Tammy? Did you have the reunion? Did it happen? I mean, were you able to get everything done? If you did answer me, I don't remember seeing it. Oh yeah, you did answer me
sorry. I got all but one done yesterday. Sorry, Cammy. I didn't even see that. I remember when Emma's mom was expecting her. Are you cold, Chester? I know this air conditioner is crazy. So I went to this wedding, right? And I was like feeling subconscious because I have a few tattoos. And I feel like when I wear a dress and I stress, I feel like it looks kind of weird with all these tattoos, right? So I get to this wedding, everybody is like has a sleeve. Every everyone has a sleeve of tattoos, and their legs everywhere, tattoos just everywhere, and on their hand. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was just so conscious about my three visible tattoos, not even three, two and a half. Wait, where's that other one? Oh, there it is. I don't even know what my tattoos are. I feel like this water is not cutting it. I feel like I might need some pop or something. I know my aunt is watching. She doesn't like pop. Not, she's the only one I know besides a cousin of mine who don't. They don't like pop. Nothing with bubbles. I like bubbles. Bubbles are good. Oh, can you tell the difference with that noise, that air conditioner? So loud, that air conditioner. I won't call it a stupid air conditioner because it helps me. Look it, now it's sunny out. Now it's nice and sunny. It cleared up as if it didn't even rain. One drop. That's what happened yesterday. But yeah, I kept getting notifications all morning long that it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain. And finally started to rain like a lot. It got really dark here. And now look, it's bright, bright and sunny. Right, Chester? It's bright and sunny. You sleepy still. It stopped raining. You don't have to be scared anymore. No more thunder. No more thunder. Tammy, are you still here? You're in Michigan, right? Have you heard this thing going around, this sickness that involves dogs? I mean, dogs are getting sick. It's supposedly started in Michigan and was only in Michigan, but now it's kind of spreading. Have you heard about this? And um, the symptoms are like lethargy in dogs and loss of appetite, and that's kind of scary because one person even went as far as she's staying away from dog parks, vets, um, anywhere where another dog would be. Like she's not, you know how if you take your dog, if you go to a pet shop, you can take your dog there. They're saying stay away from that. Jeanette is here. Let the party start. Jeanette is here. Also, my neighbor. She's not too far from me. We share the same Hobby Lobby. One of these days, we're going to go together, right, Jeanette? That's the DOY Creations. DOY stands for Daughter of Yahweh.
Yahweh is another name for God, and she's a nice lady. I had a little interview with her last year. Cammy says, yes, I'm in Michigan. Vets think it's a strain of parvovirus. Am I saying that right? Parvovirus. Parvovirus, which is already deadly. Yeah, that's really that's what I was thinking. It sounds like parvo. That's not good. We have enough things going around. Leave the doggies alone. Yeah, I haven't taken Chester to the dog park since that started. So it's been a couple weeks since he's been there. I know he misses the dogs. You miss your friend Mac and your friend Remy. Yeah. My poor baby can't even go to the PARK. But yeah, hopefully that doesn't stick around. Cause that's no good. Some people are going as far as not even taking their dogs on walks anymore. And I thought that might be the way to go also, but my husband couldn't just like not take him for a walk because he felt sorry for Chester. Chester asks to go for a walk same time of day in the evening, and he likes to go on his walks. It's we don't walk on like the street or anything. It's the complex. So we have a little mini trail, a path, a walking path that goes between the buildings and behind the buildings. And then we have a couple ponds behind a few buildings. So there's 8 huge buildings in the whole complex. And each building is far from the other building. They're not close together. So it's a big area. Our neighbors across the street from me all got parvovirus. Why can't I say that word? Their home is no dirty and nasty. That's terrible. Oh, I feel sorry for dogs who have to live in dirty, disgusting houses. That's no good. I feel sorry for dogs that have to live outside, chained all day, chained up all day. I mean, once in a while you have to put your dog up, but I know one person I'm thinking of her now. She's my dog's never been in my house, never, and we live in Chicago. I go, well, what if it, what if it, gets cold, really, really, really cold? No, he's outside. He's used to it. Well, how about when it gets really, really, really hot? No, he's outside. We just give him water. And I'm like, I didn't. I was judging her. I don't know. Didn't like that. But yeah, Chester lives a pretty comfortable life, right, Chester? Spoiled little doggy dog. Are you spoiled? Are you spoiled? I had to wash him up because of all of those hands at the wedding touching him. I don't know where those hands have been, especially the little kids. They were all touching on my dog. I had to clean him up. But yeah, this overall, the wedding was nice, even though the food was salty. I didn't eat a lot. You know, I had to. It was terrible because it was good food otherwise. It was good. Like the steak was good, and they cooked it the way I like it cooked, which not a lot of people like it the way I do. I like it well done, and all the steaks were well done, and I thought it was good if it weren't for the salt. But I couldn't finish that. I couldn't finish the salad. I couldn't finish the soup. I couldn't finish the side. I just couldn't fit. It's just so salty. Just too. I mean, there was not enough water. It was. Ugh. The only thing that wasn't salty was the bread and butter. That wasn't salty. But yeah, the appetizers were salty, and I don't know. I just thought it would be better because I know this place that we went to. It's a very fancy venue, very fancy. So mm, I don't know. It never even occurred to me to try this fancy vodka that everybody talks about, this Tito's vodka, which they had. But it even occurred to me that I could try it now. Now I have the opportunity to try it because I'm not going to buy a bottle of Tito's vodka. I mean, I, it's kind of expensive. So I could have tried it that night, but I was so distracted by the saltiness of the food. I was focused on drinking water other than anything else. Yeah, Cammy, they were salty. They were angry. Nisi is here. I know. Nisi, yes, I just put up the notice this morning. Uh, Hi, nice to. I'm glad to be back. Hopefully, I can keep it up. You know, I, I've had a heck of a summer. Shoot, but I'm back, and I don't know if I'm gonna. No, I won't say I don't know. For sure, I will not be live this Thursday or possibly any Thursday in September because I have a few things happening on Thursdays. So maybe in October I can get back on live Thursdays also. And then, oh, it's almost time for VJ. Cami, can you possibly put VJ's link up so we can go raid her house at 3:30? VJ is nice lady, and VJ, did you say the other day? Did I mishear you? Did you say you were 80? Because you can't be 80, but I think that's what I heard. So correct me if I'm wrong. It was one of those days I had you on, but I was getting dressed for an appointment. And I wasn't looking at you, but I was hearing you. And you said, I'm 80. I think that's what you said. Okay, you didn't say that. Why? Okay, because you don't look 80, first of all. Second of all, why did I think I said that? Why did I think you said that? What was why did I misinterpret? What did you say? Or maybe was I imagining things? Yeah. you're definitely not 80 because you just retired. So I was like, she can't be 80. She's just retired. I'll probably have to go back and rewatch that live and listen to what I did here. I may have said my daughter was born in 80. Oh Lord, I'm definitely turning into my mother. Oh my gosh. I don't know if she's watching. My aunt is probably still watching, but she won't tell on me, right? You won't tell on me. But VJ, in my in my defense, I was getting dressed for an appointment. And so I remember I trying to like I didn't want to be late. Where was I going? Where was I going? It must have been on Friday because I don't think it was Wednesday. It must have been Friday. I was getting I had to go get I had to go get my nails done because they all fell off. I mean, they were my nails, but they all broke. So then now I had to put fake ones on. But they were all mine. They were all nice and long, and they just all broke one by one. It's terrible. And I probably would have, at that point, not done anything new to them, but I had the wedding the next day. So then I had to get my eyebrows done. I don't like going to get anything done anymore. I don't like getting my nails done, and I don't like getting my eyebrows done. And my husband says to me, so then don't go. It just doesn't work that way. I mean, I have to do my eyebrows. I have one eyebrow. I have to get it separated every now and then. Running to the lady and getting some tea. She probably means the lady. And now I want egg salad. Oh, I am not an egg salad fan, Cammy. I wish I was. Oh, and Lisa's gonna make cheesy broccoli noodles. I love broccoli, Lisa. And I just found out that broccoli is not good for you if you have a thyroid issue. And I do. And that's no fair. I like broccoli, and I think broccoli likes me too. We are going to the kitchen now to make lunch. Oh, I'm late. I'm behind in my chat. Of course, I don't have an opportunity to get too behind because there's not many people in my chat. So, but you know, never say never. That'll change one day, right? That will change. So I am just gonna suggest that you go over to VJ's. I don't know. Was Cammy able to put that link up? Cause I don't think I don't see that he did. He did. I lied. I'm sorry. Cammy put the link up. So that's VJ's house. We're gonna go over there. So I'm just gonna go refresh my water and then she's not on yet, so we'll wait for her. So everyone tell me if she's on and I don't see her. Or maybe I could put her on here. I had to upgrade my iPad because I had the oldest iPad ever made. The very first generation of iPad. And if you know anything about iPads, you know that I couldn't do anything anymore. My software was so outdated, I couldn't even update my software. So, let's see here. Find her on here. I don't know why. How about we go on subscriptions? It's giving me all of VJ's future lives that are happening in September, but nothing current. I know it's here. Okay, here it is. There it is. All right. She's got VJ, you got a line outside your door. So we will end when she starts, and then I will see you live on Monday again. Hopefully. It's Labor Day though, isn't it? Um, I'll put it as a goal for me to still go on, but I hope the bear's home. So we're gonna go over there. What have you been working on? Nisi, I've been working on a lot of motifs from the Crochet Crowd. He did a Flora Afghan back in 2019. So I've been doing that. But okay, so we'll head over to BJ. She's on now. Thanks for coming to my live. And I'll see you in the YouTube streets. And then I just want to say take care and stay safe. And let me turn off this camera. Okay? Bye.